Welcome back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep! In this video, we are covering the new information the writer of Boruto Ukyou Kodachi has released with the new volume which confirmed Kara's plan with, you guessed it, Jigen! And you know, me and Kodachi, we are buddies.
You are my fan!
But Adil, when is the interview happening? It's been 6 months now. Soon, trust me, bro. How can Kodachi not do an interview yet? What are you guys even doing? You promised us an interview. We helped you.
Ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Okay everyone, I have spoken to Ukyou Kodachi, the writer of Boruto, in the Twitter DMs. He did tell me our interview is still happening. Just please have some patience for both of us. Thank you very much.
No!
Anyway, in this video, I will discuss Isshiki Otsutsuki and a couple of questions that we all have, such as how he came to Earth and why did he take over Jigen specifically. So let's begin with what we already know about Isshiki Otsutsuki and his vessel. Now, considering the power Isshiki Otsutsuki has, no one would have been able to compete with him after Hagoromo and Hamura Otsutsuki. Maybe Indra and Asura might have, but for sure, while the shinobi world was going through the era of the warring period, it would have been a perfect time for Isshiki to attack or make his move. Isshiki Otsutsuki must have came to Earth recently or was preoccupied doing something else, such as, I don't know, being sealed, dead, or in another planet? Otherwise, the story of Naruto doesn't make sense anymore. Let me prove this by using facts and evidence. For example, if Isshiki was on the planet this whole time being fine and all, why did he let the Akatsuki form and capture the Tail Beast for their own agenda? Why didn't he capture the Tail Beast himself? And Black Zetsu has been trying to revive his partner Kaguya for 1,000 years. Are we also meant to believe that he stood by and watched the 4 shinobi wars that took place, and when Madara completed his infinite Tsukiyomi? Madara Uchiha almost won if it wasn't for Kaguya Otsutsuki.
That don't make no sense.
Moving on, in Naruto the last movie with Tonori Otsutsuki interfering with affairs, it will only make his situation worse. So why would he let that happen? Urashiki said the main family saw it all and they are displeased. So this gives evidence that Isshiki Otsutsuki came to Earth recently. Jigen for a fact has had the Karma Seal for longer than 8 years, if not 16. Jigen keeps saying he is running out of time, meaning that the period he had the Karma must have been for a while. But having it longer than that, considering what we have just said, wouldn't sync well towards the story, unless, you know, Kodachi retconned it. So why now? It only makes sense that a specific event triggered Isshiki Otsutsuki's revival on Earth. Kaguya was unleashed after 1,000 years and then resealed into her own dimension. Going back and forth dimensions possibly affected the space-time curvature. Remember guys, I have a degree in anime motion science. Using my knowledge, we can see Sasuke also started using space-time jutsu, which triggered an effect to change the space curvature, which was later confirmed as a fact since Kinshiki Otsutsuki noticed it and reported back to Momoshiki, his senpai, leading to the current events in the Boruto series. This one sentence alone explains why Momoshiki, Kinshiki, and Urashiki didn't invade Earth until later on, as time is relative to the person experiencing it. So they learned the knowledge that we all have later on. Wait a second. Oh no, I did it again, guys. Wait, he's not coming this time. He's not coming. I can say Onichi. Anyway, a hypothesis is that this change or the opening of Kaguya's dimensions could have also brought rise to Isshiki, who obviously must have been defeated since the Karma Seal is only transferred after an original Otsutsuki has died. The creed of the clan is to pass on their power, as Momoshiki said. Furthermore, it's heavily indicated that Otsutsukis don't really disappear when they die. For example, for humans in the Naruto universe usually enter the Pure Land after they die, whereas the Otsutsuki are said to live on in some sort of way or have access back to their world. Hagoromo's soul lives on through his chakra and even appeared before Naruto and Sasuke. Hamura's soul also manifested before Hinata. Indra and Asura keeps being reborn, and Momoshiki's spirit remained intact after his body was destroyed. So, if Isshiki Otsutsuki, who is using a weak vessel like Jigen, was so powerful to the point that Naruto and Sasuke got bodied by him, who the hell could have defeated him? Must we remind you what happened? Also, Sasuke confirmed in Boruto chapter 44 and 45 that Otsutsuki passed on the karma seal to resurrect themselves, otherwise he doesn't see any other motive of Momoshiki. He explains that Jigen's karma is just like Boruto's and that Isshiki Otsutsuki must be doing the same thing. Therefore, this obviously brings up the question we just explained. How did Isshiki Otsutsuki die? Ukyou Kodachi has to do some bold, deep, amazing ass writing here to make sense of all of this.
This shit good.
Isshiki being defeated either points to an eternal conflict in the Otsutsuki clan itself, or maybe even a dispute with his partner Kaguya. There is also the possibility Isshiki was simply absorbed by Kaguya like Kinshiki was by Momoshiki, but either way Isshiki must have died. Regardless, it is likely that Isshiki was defeated within one of Kaguya's 6 dimensions, which had his spirit trapped there where it lingered on. After Kaguya's fight with Naruto and Sasuke, because of the constant jumping in and out of these worlds, Ishiki's spirit could have managed to come back to Earth. So once Kaguya was defeated by our boys and resealed in her own dimension, Isshiki took that opportunity to free himself and bestowed a karma to the nearest person he could, which would be Jigen. Obviously, this is just one of the theories within the Boruto community and it might come true, but let's continue on to the evidence that we all have. For example, there is evidence that the Otsutsuki clan have an internal conflict between the clan in chapter 34, where Isshiki, he was actually surprised that Momoshiki found such a good vessel in Boruto and he smiled, calling him a sly fox. So does this mean he is still siding with the Otsutsuki affairs, or is he against them? Also, in Boruto chapter 35, Sasuke saw the panels in the wall where they're all damaged and broken as if something went wrong. We cannot identify 2 panels of Otsutsuki horns, who may be explained later on. So a popular theory in the Boruto community is that the reason Isshiki could have had a falling out with Kaguya was due to her intention of claiming the fruit for herself or having ulterior motives regarding the clan. But because Isshiki was Kaguya's partner, the betrayal to the clan was also reflected back on him. So once he rose back and to redeem himself, he planned to complete their original mission to cultivate Earth's chakra and hand it back to the Otsutsuki King. To be honest, if we use big brain, Isshiki might be happy that Momoshiki found a good vessel in Boruto, because the story is pretty clear that the resonation between the 2 brothers is causing their Otsutsuki transformation to speed up to a level that is pleasing Isshiki Otsutsuki to take over Kawaki's body. This is also backed up by Urashiki saying he would not kill Boruto because he is Momoshiki's vessel and they are following the laws of their clan that the king has set. And don't forget, Urashiki could have easily killed Tonori Otsutsuki, but he said he could only put him in prison as it is law that Otsutsuki cannot kill each other. I mean, we all have to remember, Kaguya is the princess of the clan. This either has to be retconned or, you know.
That don't make no sense.
By the way guys, can you smash that like button for me if you got to this point of the video? Let's try and get at least 20,000. Please smash the notification button because we are going to cover Boruto chapter 46 and buy that Jigen merch, fam. Just like, look at all of these lovely people, and in this video I am shouting out 6 Paths Ninja, my boy Super Zap, and Jahoshki for copying that fire. I really appreciate if you guys can buy our merch. I have a special discount code going on right now, 5% off with Boruto 45. Moving on, as we all know, in Boruto chapter 45, a god tree bears a chakra fruit. This takes around 1000 years, which is a millennia, confirmed in Naruto chapter 646. Once the fruit is harvested, the planet is no longer needed and they move on to the next planet. The Otsutsukis intentionally planted the god tree to the different planets themselves. As in chapter 45, Amado stated the tree is planted every 1000 years where it's needed 1000 years to grow. This would mean that 2000 years ago or even longer, the Otsutsuki came to Earth with a 10-tail and planted the god tree which Kaguya later ate from. We are going to presume 2000 years ago because we know Kaguya is said to have eaten from the god tree of Earth 1000 years ago in the Naruto timeline, according to the 4th data book in page 216. The Earth chakra fruit is superior and more important than the other planets because there is a huge abundance of chakra within Earth. Due to the previous chakra fruit ending up actually becoming part of the shinobi world and the tailed beast, it gives reason reason why the earth is so important to the Otsutsuki. The energy levels are insane compared to the other planets. Humans have also evolved and have DNA that these alien parasites want to have since it's so valuable and update their own species. I mean, Momoshiki ate loads of fruits from other planets, munching them all up, but his power doesn't seem equal to Kaguya Otsutsuki if we compare their fights against Naruto and Sasuke. Henceforth, with the help of the Kara organization, Jigen would plot to complete this mission of resurrecting Isshiki Otsutsuki. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, Isshiki being sealed and defeated by Kaguya and then resealed only 16 years ago makes no sense. Why couldn't Isshiki be alive for thousands of years in different bodies through karma? Well, that would be very unlikely, as the transference of karma between Isshiki and Jigen is like Momoshiki and Boruto. And to say there was a possibility that Isshiki was hopping to new bodies for thousands of years would also be incorrect, because Isshiki in Jigen's body cannot bestow a natural karma to someone else. Otherwise, he wouldn't go through this lengthy ass process of doing karma blood transference experiments killing thousands of children, which more than likely wasn't even possible in the Naruto world until recently, since the advancement of science and technology, meaning that Jigen was the first and last person to receive the karma naturally by Isshiki Otsutsuki. This is further proven by Ukyou Kodachi, the writer of Boruto, in his recent statements within Boruto Volume 11. We learned that the Kara organization is the reason that the Boruto world has seen such a rapid adaptation of scientific ninja tools and rapid acceleration of science. Basically, the outer members of Kara started spreading these tools to scientists and engineers of different villages, probably to make them better as fast as they could, because Jigen's body was becoming weaker and it couldn't hold Isshiki Otsutsuki. So with these advancements in science, it would lend a hand in developing a new vessel which we now see as Kawaki. This spreading of ninja tools was perpetuated by the inner members of Kara, like Jigen and Amado, who is already a genius scientist in his own right. It explains why Kashin Koji went to Konoha to put Katasuke under Genjutsu so that Boruto would cheat in the training exams and use their tools. Kara did all this so that they can control the advancements of science and technology to the direction that they want, which is to create a new vessel for Isshiki. However, the outer members of Kara believe that the advancements of ninja tools is being done so that they could expand the sphere of influence as their secret society known as Kara. It's kind of like a cult of sorts, where the outer members think that they are helping to evolve humanity to the next stage, and this influx of science is just the next step to bettering the humankind. Basically, they think they are part of the Illuminati. However, the real goal of the organization is only known to Jigen and the inner members like Delta, Kashin Koji, Amado, and Boro, and all the others. They won't allow anybody aside from themselves to reap the rewards of this venture, and that's why Jigen says he will fulfill their wishes. As we learned in chapter 35, Jigen plans to feed the entire planet to the 10 tails we see in the dimension that Sasuke visited. His goals align with Isshiki and the Otsutsuki. This kind of reminds me of how in Naruto, Madara thought he was in control and he was bettering humanity, but we later learned that he was just being manipulated by Black Zetsu, whose values were aligned to Kaguya and the Otsutsuki's will. This is parallel to Isshiki manifesting his will through the karma into Jigen. According to the interview with Ukyou Kodachi, the writer of Boruto, he states that the ninja tools we see aren't really alien tech at all, as Kara fastened the development by spreading them all around the world to scientists and engineers. Amado got that big brain energy, fam, and was the mastermind behind this rapid acceleration of science. So if you are lost right now and this video is blowing your mind, that means you are not on the same page as the rest of the anime bulls community.
I haven't a clue what's going on here, but I'll act like I do.
You need to watch our previous videos explaining the powers of the Karma Seal and the truth behind the God Tree, since we explained the facts that we need to know for the story to make sense. I'll put it in the pinned comment. So earlier we said that Jigen must have been the first person that Isshiki bestowed his karma to, but what do we actually know about their relationship? Assuming that Jigen was around personally being affected by the 4th Shinobi War, he must have felt angry at the Shinobi world if they caused collateral damage to his family and home or the economy. Isshiki might have taken taken Jigen's grief and hopelessness as an opportunity to bestow his karma. But instead of forcibly taking over Jigen's body, he needed Jigen to work with him, so Isshiki made him a promise for something he desired. We can understand more about this with Jigen's interaction with Kawaki, as in a flashback in chapter 29 during Kawaki's training with Jigen. Jigen states that the karma he gave to Kawaki can fulfill the hole in his heart, as it's a special seal. This could be a symbolic and metaphorical understanding of what karma means to Jigen himself, as it gave him his own purpose and resolve. Jigen doesn't seem to give any self-value to himself. Instead, he believes that karma is a gift from a god, even though Isshiki treats Jigen like shit, as we see later in chapter 38 when Jigen's body is busted up to the point where it makes him tear up. Isshiki dejects Jigen, deeming him a defective failure. From these events, we see Jigen is just a puppet to Isshiki Otsutsuki, playing the part of a subordinate, basically a simp to Isshiki, fam. Now let's get into the 10 tails we see in Ishiki's dimension we saw in chapter 35. It was confirmed by Amado that the Jubi isn't like the one we saw during the 4th Shinobi World War. It's a seed for the God Tree, but where did it come from? Amado says he doesn't know, but it's obvious that Isshiki must have used his particle Ant-Man powers to hide the 10 tails from another planet so that he can correct the course of Earth. Jigen plans to unleash it on the world. He takes the chakra from it before he faced the two boys, but Isshiki comments it's not time for the 10 tails to eat him yet, meaning that Jigen will eventually be fed to this beast. However, Isshiki might be suggesting that when he moves to his complete vessel Kawaki, the Jubi will be unleashed and practically eat everyone on Earth. In turn, he can then separate the Otsutsuki from the God Tree, harvesting the chakra fruit to give back to his clan leaders. Mind you, this is just all ballsy prediction magic, and I want you to explain your thoughts in the comment section below. But coming back to the Otsutsuki, from the introduction of Momoshiki and Kinshiki in the anime, it is also indicated that the clan has their own law and order, where they seem to monitor the active planets which are supposed to be harvested. This was shown when Kinshiki reports to Momoshiki that there has been disturbance in the space-time curvature being over 10 on the world Kaguya was assigned to. Kinshiki goes on to say that this should have been made aware to the clan, which is part of their law. Momoshiki then commented that Kaguya disobeyed and broke the law, but then realized this isn't something she would do, meaning before Kaguya went to Earth, her character was that of a loyal member to the clan. But I guess they didn't expect her to fall in love, right? But this knowledge instigated them to inform the clan and investigate the situation on Earth. Either way, this highlights the Otsutsuki have a civilization of their own world, where there must be a leader, lawmaker, or many other members. The 6 totems for each member that Sasuke found in chapter 35 of Boruto might have been a squad with a specific mission to harvest the chakra fruits. Why would Urashiki Otsutsuki mention to Tonori on the moon that the main branch family has seen everything that he did and they are angry with his actions? Why would any of the Otsutsuki care about each other and have a system in place that they follow if they didn't have an Otsutsuki king telling them what to do?
That don't make no sense.
I mean, there is a monarchy within the Otsutsuki civilization, as Kaguya was referred to as a princess, meaning that there could be a king and Kaguya is either his daughter or the eldest daughter of the main family. In chapter 45, Amado states that the Otsutsuki have been cultivating planets for ages and it happens every 1000 years. So eventually, to end this cycle, Boruto has to meet the Otsutsuki King and stop all of this from happening again in the future. Even if Boruto defeats Isshiki and Momoshiki, the cycle will just repeat itself in 1000 years. Boruto, possessing the Jogan Pure Eye, which is the purest form of dojutsu, will be able to reconcile all affairs between the human race and the Otsutsuki. He will be able to enter the world of the Otsutsuki using his karma and deal with the issue straight on. I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point that the human known as Jigen is crying and he's upset about the situation. So Boruto will have to use his pure eye to understand him within his realm, just like he did with his summon Garaga the snake. He has to kill one of these mans and resolve the issue, fam. Or what are we gonna do? Are we gonna get a Dorito sequel? After Boruto, it's gonna be Dorito gonna face the Otsutsuki King. Is that what you're telling me? I'm sure we love some Dorito with salsa sauce, fam. With Sarada and Boruto get together, they might as well call their kids Dorito and salsa, bruh. Anyway guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you understood everything that I just said and explained regarding the questions that we all have as Boruto fans. Please make sure to smash that notification button because we are going to cover Boruto chapter 46. Follow me on Twitter or Instagram, smash that like button and join the Discord. See you next time.